And we welcome now attorney A. Scott Bolden, NewsNation political contributor, former chair of the D.C. Democratic Party. Wonderful to see you, sir. So quite a few developments here. The Attorney General, you heard her there, saying the Justice Department is going to continue to pursue an immediate appeal. The judge in this case, though, appeared to agree with Comey's lawyers, who argued the deadline to bring this case has now expired. So where do you see this headed from here?
Well, I think the Comey lawyers are right about Comey's case. The deadline or the statute of limitations hasn't run in Letitia James's case, who happens to be a law school classmate of mine. So they're on different tracks. The real issue is, what does DOJ do now? They've created this hot mess, if you will. On one hand, they could appeal to the Fourth Circuit, and that takes a substantial amount of time, or they could get two frontline assistants from some other office to come into the Eastern District to represent both cases right away. That would mean that they wouldn't do the appeal and bring new charges. But even if they do that, they've still got the vindictive prosecution, and they've also got whether Halligan's name goes on that indictment or not, because this court and other courts around the country have said you can only do a temporary appointment for 120 days one time. After that, it's up to the federal judges in the federal district, and in this district, it would be the Fourth Circuit. So DOJ's got a lot of decisions to make, not so much for Letitia James or James Comey.
Well, I do want to ask you about the strength of the case, specifically Comey's case. So refiling the charges, that's on the table. The judge left that possibility open. Comey was charged with one count of making false statements to Congress, one count of obstruction of justice. We know the career prosecutors in the U.S. Attorney's Office didn't find sufficient evidence to prove that he did commit either crime. How strong do you see this case against him from a legal standpoint?
Well, I think even if they re-indict him, they're subject to being dismissed, because if you look at the judge's opinion, his indictment is void ab initio, as if it never were. And if that's the case, then the statute of limitations of 5 years has run on the Comey case hands down. And so I think he's got a very strong argument that even if he is re-indicted, that he's going to be found either not guilty or the case will be dismissed again. Well, Letitia James, it's a little different. They've got bank fraud, mortgage fraud there. But even then, they've got quite a few facts that support vindictive prosecution. I've argued these cases before with other clients. They've never been successful, but we've never had a president that publicly and privately directed DOJ to go after his political enemies. That's the big difference here factually.
Well, and that is the case that Comey's attorneys are making, and hers as well, Letitia James as well. A. Scott Bolden, great to see you. Thank you.
Thank you.